Hello, I'm Trent Lindbloom, professor, Pittsburg State University, Automotive Technology. One of the many things that I do here is I am the faculty advisor to our SAE Baja program. And coming to PSU or lots of different schools, but there's a lot of different activities that you could get involved with outside of the day-to-day classroom activities, where you're applying what you're learning in the classroom to a real-life application. Pittsburg State University has been competing in this program, which is sponsored by the Society of Automotive Engineers, since 1991-92 school year. The idea is that we are building a prototype vehicle for a fictitious company that wants to mass produce an off-road vehicle for the weekend enthusiast. And with that said, over the years, this program has evolved to encompass three separate competitions that are pretty much identical across the United States, along with competitions in Mexico, Brazil, China, Korea, and India. But going back to that, there's 3 events in the United States every year. We try to compete in one. The students, basically, there is a rule book that is the spec sheet, if you will, as to what these vehicles have to meet, all the specifications that they have to meet. And then they also are designing more or less a company. So they have to do sales presentations, they have to do cost presentations, they have to do design, they get design reports. They're at competition, they have to talk to engineers from Polaris, engineers from Honda. They have to explain why they designed the vehicle the way that they did, meeting those specifications outlined in the rule book. And so we've got a couple of days of static events, and then they have dynamic events where the students they run on single track for speed and acceleration, maneuverability, steering suspension, and over-end torque or overall torque. That might be pulling a miniature tractor pull sled or driving up a really steep hill. And then the culminating activity is a 4-hour endurance event where the vehicles run for 4 hours and they're accumulating points this entire time. The entire competition is based on a 1,000-point scale, and everything's broken down. The reason that I really like this event is what students learn that we can't teach. And students that are involved in this learn problem-solving skills. They learn time management skills. They learn conflict resolution skills. They learn how to think on their feet. At competition, if we haven't passed the technical inspection and we have to make modifications to the car, we have to be able to do that with what we have in the trailer or on the truck. So this is an extracurricular activity. It's open to any student on campus, not only automotive, because we are actually building a company. So we have communication students, we have business students, engineering students, and automotive students, just from a lot of different walks. The car itself, as far as the engine and things like that, everybody has the exact same engine. So it's not about horsepower, it's about design. So everyone uses a 14-horse Kohler engine. Kohler's one of the sponsors of the competition. So everyone has the same power plant. It's set at the same governor rating, approximately 3,800 RPMs. But it's the design. It's an engineering design competition. So we have to, we're designing around the power plant that's given to us. So it's not a horsepower type deal. 2 years ago, they mandated that the cars all had to be 4-wheel drive. And so that added an entire new avenue to the design. And currently, this one is 4-wheel drive. This is the car that we will be taking to competition in about 3 weeks. So we still have a lot of work to do. We're finishing up our drivetrain and we'll get it ready for competition in Pennsylvania. This is all student built and student designed. So behind me They have their own machine shop here, so they have a lathe and a mill that they do a lot of their own machining. And then we also utilize machines and tools from our engineering department as far as some CNC stuff and things like that. There are some custom components on this. Some of them are obviously store-bought shocks and things like that, but suspension-wise, the students have designed and built all of these components. So it really is, it takes a lot of time, but overall it's probably one of the most rewarding things that that the students that are involved in this will ever do in their college career. I know it was for me, being on the first team and kind of being the start of all this, and now to be their faculty advisor for the last 23 years. It's been exciting and challenging at the same time because the cars have changed a lot. But for all those people out there that are buying side-by-sides and razors and all those different types of machines, this program is where those machines came from. This actually started in 1978, and so Honda, Polaris, and the other manufacturers that are building those machines today, they're hiring these students as design engineers for the next phase of what's yet to come. So, but I get excited about it because I know what they're learning. They go to a job interview and they don't have any problems answering questions because of their experience on being on the Baja team.